Dollar Tree carries foam board year round and they are perfect for school projects, but really are good for crafting. I'm going to start with these colorful paper. We're going to make the funnest craft. The green one, we're going to fold in half long ways and then we're going to cut down the center. Then we're going to fold into threes and cut it into three parts, both sides. And then we are going to cut the other three colors same way, except we're going to fold it and cut into two parts. So the colorful ones are going to be a little longer pieces, and then the green one are just going to be a little shorter, and it's all going to make sense in just a minute. The colorful ones are going to be about 5.5 inches long by about 4 inches wide, give or take. And again, we want two of each bright color and then six of the green ones. And then this is where we're going to bring in the foam board. Just grab a full piece and we're going to use some Gorilla adhesive spray and we're going to attach one piece at a time. Colorful ones at the bottom. We're just going to line them up. They could just be very close to each other but not touching. I'm going to use the pattern, but you don't have to do this at first. It's just for me to have a visual. And then we're going to place the green ones on top. The adhesive spray works really well, but you can also use Mod Podge. This silhouette of a pineapple I just found online and I printed it on a regular paper and cut off the excess. I'm going to place it to where the green paper is behind the crown of the pineapple and the colorful paper is on the bottom. I secured it with masking tape and then placed carbon paper in between and just going to trace it with a tracing tool. You can also use a pen if you don't have a tracing tool. I do get this set on Amazon and I love it. It comes ton of sheets inside of it. All right, so we traced all the pineapples. We're going to cut off the excess cardboard and cut off each section individually. And now, being very patient, I'm going to cut off each pineapple and just taking my time. This is actually very enjoyable for me. I enjoy this part, but I'm going to speed it up for you so it's not that long of a process. Each pineapple looks absolutely adorable. All right, so we're going to separate here the last one. And how cute are these? You can make them any size you want, of course. I'm going to take a yellow marker and I'm just going to make some horizontal lines, crisscrossing them to give it that pineapple look. On the yellow ones, we're going to do a blue one for the blue one and a pink one for the pink one, of course. Now the blue one in the camera, you can't really see it, but in real life, you really can. These are coming together so beautifully. I want to make some green details on the crown of the pineapple just to add texture and just design, I suppose. And I'm going to do that on all six of them. Now, I do have this stencil from Dollar Tree. You can find these in the crafting aisle. And I'm just going to spell the word summer, one letter in each pineapple, keeping a pattern of the colors as I want. And I'm going to use a permanent marker to do so. These are looking absolutely gorgeous. You can add tape behind them and place them on a wall. You can add them to a sign, whatever you want. The possibilities are endless. This is such a fun craft to do. Let me know what you think of this one. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to start with 15 of these wood beads and 3 pieces of skewer sticks. It doesn't matter. We're going to use 3 types of paint. This is going to be a moss tone, a dusk, and a white by Waverly chalk paint. We're going to place 5 beads in each skewer stick and place them right inside of the foam. This is so help us be able to paint them easily and not be a mess. I'm going to do 5 in each color. We're going to put those to the side to dry, and then we're going to cut off a piece of cardboard. Now we're going to mark 3 inches because the sticker that we're going to use, it's just under 3 inches square. So we want to make sure that the foam board is 3 inches. So I'm just going to mark and cut using my blade knife. And then we are going to punch a hole right on the upper top middle portion right there. All right, this tassel was left over from a previous project. I did not get rid of it because I just knew I would use it. I'm just going to make the string a little larger. So I'm just going to thread some jute string on it, and then we're going to just wrap around the remaining string that came with it to kind of clean it up. We're going to thread each bead, now that they are dry, in a pattern alternating colors, and we're just going to then push them all to one side. Now we are going to take the piece of foam board and we're going to thread the jute string right through the hole we punched earlier, and we are going to tie it on the first bead. So around the first bead, right on top of it. And then we're just going to make a very simple knot. I do like to add a little dab of hot glue. This is going to make it seal and not make that knot come apart. Here's the sticker that I mentioned earlier. It is gorgeous. It already has a little sticky, but we're going to remove it for this one. We're just going to remove it and then add hot glue because I do want the sticker to be flush onto the foam board and not elevated. A little bit of hot glue goes a long way. This is paper on paper, so it's going to stick marvelously. So we're going to center it right there, attach it well, and this is gorgeous. No one would know this is foam board. I love the colors. I love how you can use this year round. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to cut off a piece of foam board that is 12 by 12. We're going to line and cut as needed. This is because of the design we're using, but please cut whatever size you need. Now, once I had it cut, I'm just going to take this printout of a flip-flop, and we're just going to trace it again. We're going to do the same thing we did earlier, and we're just going to trace it. Now, we're going to trace it twice, but I'm only going to need one because we're just going to flip it over. You're going to see what I see. All right, so we're going to trace it using the tracing tool once again. And then for the other side, we're just going to cut off any excess paper and we're going to place it right next to it. Now we're going to make sure that each flip-flop are touching each other and overlapping each other just a little bit. Secure it with masking tape and then start tracing. It's so easy. Now once it's traced, of course, we want to cut off the excess foam board, and I am going to use my X-Acto knife. It is very sharp. It's a new blade and it cuts like butter. I'm going to cut off the outside perimeter first and then the inside. Again, we want to make sure these flip-flops stay attached. We're going to spray Gorilla Adhesive Spray right on top because we are going to cover that surface. This beautiful craft paper is from a book that I got. I want to say it was Michael's. I'm just going to place it and attach it, and then we're going to flip it over and cut off the excess paper. Now, if you follow me for a while, you know that I love sanding down the edges. It just makes for a smooth finish. It distresses it just a little bit, and it really makes it flush to the surface. So I'm going to use my nail filer and just file and sand downward. I'm going to take this beautiful blue ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby recently. I'm going to angle fold each corner on the top, and then I'm just going to dry fit it because we want to make some straps for our flip-flops. And then once I have the size that I need, I'm going to fold the other ends. Then I'm going to layer this beautiful green ribbon, also from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to place it right on top. And I'm going to angle cut the ends so that it matches the design. And then I'm going to use this first one to create 3 additional ones because we do need 4 of them, 2 for each flip-flop. Now I'm going to make a couple of marks here. This is because I want the straps to all be aligned nicely. So once I have that, then we're going to start attaching each. I'm just going to start at the top and then attach at the bottom. And then for the second strap, I'm just going to attach it right underneath. They're going to overlap each other, and that's okay. And then we're going to attach it to the bottom. And we're doing the same thing on the other side. I'm going to flip it over. I'm just going to add a little bit of ribbon. That way we can have something to be able to hang it from. You can use ribbon, jute string, whatever you want. I'm going to add some greenery and flowers that really complement the design, and this really brings everything together. I love these flip-flops. They're summery, they're fun, they're subtle. I love the design. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take this leftover, it's like a cover from a pack of construction paper, but we're going to use it because you're not going to see that backside. We're going to mark a couple of places and make some lines, and then we're going to cut. We're going to make a custom greeting card. I love doing these. I think it's so fun to create memorable greeting cards that are just so personal. I'm going to use double-sided tape. I get these on Amazon, but I believe Dollar Tree carries their own as well. And we're going to attach it to this beautiful craft paper. This came from the same book that I mentioned earlier. We're going to flip it over and we're just going to cut off the excess paper, and then we are going to start designing the front of the card. We're going to layer a lot. I love these. I love doing this. Now we're going to take this beautiful ticking stripe ribbon and we're going to add a couple, one on each side on opposite ends. This is just to add texture and design. And again, we're going to layer quite a bit. We're going to have textures and papers and elevation, you name it. How fun. All right, this other craft paper has beautiful designs. I'm just going to cut off what looks like a stamp, and then we're just going to attach it using double-sided tape. We're going to attach it right there, kind of like towards the middle portion. All right, so then we are going to start placing this beautiful sticker from Dollar Tree. This one has a little tabs, and we are going to keep them, and we're going to place it right there at the bottom. This beautiful clock, I love this design. I love the style. Now, it is very paper-ish, very thin. So we're going to attach it to some cardstock. That way it's going to be a little thicker. And again, we're going to cut off the excess. Now for this one, we're going to cut off a piece of foam board. Now, if you want to add elevation, this is another way you can use foam board. Just cut off a piece from it and then just hot glue it. This is going to create, again, elevation, texture, and a 3D look. These golden flower stickers are from Dollar Tree as well, and they are gorgeous. We're going to place a couple. And then, of course, my favorite butterflies. I use these all the time, if you've noticed. We're going to place it right there. We're going to make a few marks and a few lines, and we're just going to cut off. This is what the actual card is going to be. And then we are going to attach the design that we just created onto one side with double-sided tape as well. All right, so everything's beautifully attached. I cut off any excess paper from the edges, and look how stunning this looks. I love paper crafting. It's one of my favorite things to do, and layering them is so fun. What do you think of this one? Let me know down in the comments. I have another video here for you with tons more of Dollar Tree DIY crafts inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.